Hi everybody, before this video starts I just wanted to say a few words. First, a shout out to Dude, Kevin and Courtney. Roger says hi. They ran into Roger right after the end of this trip. I also wanted to say, you know, if you're enjoying this series and you enjoy the videos on the channel, please subscribe. I don't typically ask for subscriptions. I come out maybe once or twice a year and I mention it, but you know, we're getting down towards the end of the season. This video is the end of this series. And you know, if you've enjoyed it, just tell two friends so they can tell two friends, and so on and so forth. It'll help me cover the monthly subscription for the editing software that I have. In addition, if you like the backpacking content, don't be discouraged by the running and knife content that'll start showing up at the end of the season. It is the end of the season, and even though I always mean to do a winter trip, I've never gotten out and actually done one yet. So yeah, trail running videos and knife videos are coming in the next several weeks. But until then, continue to enjoy the backpacking videos, and as always, thank you for watching.
I seek solitude and rest. Take the stress off my chest. Words are empty when majestic is everywhere.
Yeah, it's cold.
Last night.
Yeah, I got a little cold.
I was thinking tonight I was going to run my knee to bed. Because last night was kind of cold.
Hi, I'm Jim Lowe, and welcome to High Country Chronicles Knives and Gear. Today is the fifth and last day of our trek into the Humphreys Basin in search of golden trout. Originally, we had planned to be here for 8 days, but the Garmin forecast is showing that there's going to be rain for the next 3 days, and with the freezing temperatures as they are, it's just probably not a great idea to stay fighting the cold and the wet. So we're gonna pack up and take off today. We woke up to everything is just covered with frost. I don't even know if I could fish my bamboo rod today, given that it's the power fibers are probably frozen. Garmin is saying that right now it's 34, but feels like 25. I don't get that. I don't know how it could be 34 but feel like it's 10 degrees cooler. That doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, the sun's coming up. I'm gonna try to get the tarp off of my tent and get it out in the sun so that one, I don't get everything inside my tent covered with water, and two, I let it dry out a little bit. This is definitely a first for me. I've never had my rods frozen over with frost before. You know, the Garmin InReach 2 is something that I just picked up this season, and I'm really glad I did. I mean, in the past, I would have looked at the forecast before I came and would have known that, okay, well, maybe Thursday afternoon there were going to be thunderstorms, maybe Friday, and I would have just, you know, fished today like I normally would have, ignorant of the fact that thunderstorms were going to roll in today, and I'd be caught out tonight and tomorrow morning, you know, freezing temperatures and wet, soggy gear. So I'm really happy that I picked it up this year, so that we can avoid any potential pitfalls of freezing temperatures and just being sopping wet. It's not the rain on my gear that I'm concerned with. It's getting my pants, getting my clothes wet, and then having to spend the night in freezing temperatures, and then having to get up tomorrow and hike out in freezing temperatures. So yeah, I really do appreciate having it. And yes, I have extra clothes and I have warmer clothes. But if you've ever hiked out in the rain in freezing temperatures, you know that that's not fun. Especially if your legs are exposed. You lose a lot of heat, a lot more heat than people think through your legs. And so if your legs are wet and it's freezing out, you're gonna be hiking back and you're gonna be shivering the whole time. I've got a pair of long johns to help mitigate that, but it's just not a great experience. I've also got waders that I could hike out in, but who wants to do that? So we've got little Pika here. Let me see if I can get close enough to get a good picture of him. Nope, he just took off. Is that a Pika or is that a... I saw a Pika yesterday. Looks like it probably is. He's disappeared. Now, last time I called the Pika the Sierra hamster. Somebody took umbrage with that because I guess they're not in the same family. But for the layperson, it basically looks like a big gray hamster. And to that end, Pika, Pika, tomato, tomato. So just here trying to wipe everything down, get all the frost off. Jeez Louise, it's caked on there. Put it out in the sun, have it dry out a little bit, which I don't know. The sun, we're not getting a lot of direct. I mean, it's direct sun, but it doesn't seem to have a lot of heat. My tent's up there, and it's not. The frost isn't melting at all. Try to get it off my rods before I put my rods away. Jeez, okay. Now the ferrule's frozen stuck. There we go. And yesterday I showed sort of a similar thing where I was trying to dry things out. One of the things I had out was my sleeping bag. And some people might be wondering, why am I drying out my sleeping bag? And it's just because of the condensation that can gather up inside from my breath. I tend to sleep with my head outside the bag, but my neck sort of nestled down in the crevice, and I get a little condensation from my breath getting inside. And that, over time and over the course of a week, that affects, or I think that affects, the loft, because at the end of the trip, the bag's not as warm as at the beginning. I gotta get my bear canister. Now this is pretty far for me. I don't normally put my bear canisters this far away, but I was trying to put it somewhere it wasn't going to catch a lot of sun. And that's how I saw the Pika yesterday. He was scurrying around over here while I was getting my canister. See if he shows up again. No. Coyotes are on about something. You wouldn't think they'd live this high, but I guess marmot is good eating. So my Sunto just started flashing the storm warning alert that it has. So I guess if I didn't have the Garmin, I would be aware that there was a storm coming in, because Sunto would have told me.
The world left behind to give me peace of mind. You can't exist in the city, but are alive by the lake. Make some food and a drink, have a fire on the brink. Life is good if you let it. Enjoy peace wherever you find it. just still water flowing, lines I'm throwing. Loneliness is not here, there is life everywhere.
Okay. It looks like I'll be putting this away wet. The frost isn't drying up, and as much as I try to shake it, I'd have to come over here and shake it every 3 minutes to get it all off and get it to where it needs to be. If we weren't above tree line, I could just put it in a tree and beat it with my rod case. But it's gonna have to be put away wet, and I'll have to take it out when I get to the car and try to dry it out. The rods look and feel dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and put those away. Maybe I'll leave the cap open on my rod case so there's a little air circulating. Okay, this is still sopping wet and it's ice cold, so I'm gonna hang it from my pack. And fortunately I've got the garbage bag inside. It'll keep everything inside dry. The pack will get a little wet, but I think that's what I'm gonna need to do. Let's see, how's the hair looking today? Not great. Okay, so decided to hang the rainfly on the outside of my tent. I'll move it around as we're going. Hopefully parts of it will dry. I figured that was better than putting it inside and getting everything inside wet. I've got my jacket on the top. Chances are we're going to get caught in this storm on the way down anyway. So we'll see what happens. It got so cold last night that I did something I normally don't do, and that is I actually wore 2 shirts, and I've still got my silk undershirt on. The temps dropped, just plummeted yesterday at about 8 o'clock, and it was already in the low 30s by then. And at about 10 o'clock, I'm like, I'm a little cold, so I put on. I had gone to sleep with this on. Normally I go to sleep with the silk on. I'm almost convinced the silk is warmer than this wool shirt is. But anyway, so I went to bed with the wool on, and I got cold at about 10 o'clock. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to put the other shirt on. So I put them both on together, toasty warm for the rest of the night. But I figured I'd still wear it today since it's low 40s. Okay, so we're making our way through the rock garden, trying to find the trail, trying to work our way with the least amount of elevation gain, because a lot of this is just sort of up and down and up and down. We should be hitting it soon. Okay, we've hit the trail. 6 hours back to the car. Now we've seen red-tailed hawk, we've seen peregrine falcons. I guess I didn't turn around enough yesterday, because that is quite the rock formation. This is just cool country.
Okay, now we got to go up that way. Okay, we're about an hour and a half in, and we're back at Summit Lake, and there's the pass. We're getting pretty close to the pass now. Maybe another 10 minutes. We can see the trail to where we were before, and the bluffs that hide the lakes that we fished when we first came in. Temperatures have dropped. Once we get over the pass, though, we may be lucky and we may miss a lot of this inclement weather. We'll see. Alright, here we are at the pass. Weather doesn't look much better on the other side. So we reached the pass in about 2 hours, and it took us 3 hours to get here from the trailhead. So maybe another 2.5 hours, 3 if we have a long stop. We just passed a group of about 5 people, probably in their late 60s, early 70s, heading up over to Golden Trout Lake, and they're going to be there for 5 days. So, a nice conversation. Wish them luck. Warn them about the thunderstorms. Hope they have a good time. It's a little bit warmer down here when the sun isn't covered by the clouds. I'm going to have to take my shirt off. So we climbed up on this perch to have lunch, and 2 nice little camp spots up here. Yeah, this is not bad up here. Got my rain fly out. You can see it's still wet. Lunch, of course, blueberry frosted Pop-Tarts. This will be my second helping of Pop-Tarts today. I had Pop-Tarts for breakfast. We wanted to leave camp quickly. The granola takes a little while to prepare and clean up. So it was Pop-Tarts for breakfast, Pop-Tarts for lunch. And right about now, I'm craving Denny's of all things. And I haven't been to a Denny's in like, I don't know how long. So we've been here about 25 minutes. And this is mostly dried out on one side. It's still wet on the other side, but it's going to have to be that way back to the cars. Okay, we took about a 25-minute break to have lunch and then do whatever you do when you take a break. And we're heading back to the trail, probably an hour and a half from the cars. Temperatures have really dropped. The wind coming off the pass right now is just brutally cold. Now we're getting pretty far down, and I'm starting to smell the smoke. The reports on the way up is that the smoke in Bishop and Mammoth is just horrible. The smoke last night at the lake was actually pretty bad. I was tempted to put on my N95, but I didn't. But yeah, I can see the haziness, and I'm just now starting to smell it. We've met a few hardy souls on the way down that are going up, and they're fully aware of the forecast, so more power to them. Suffering out those next couple days so they can finish their trips. You know, I mean, if we were in the same situation, you know, coming beginning of our trip, you know, we might do the same thing. But at the end of the trip, yesterday was supposed to be a travel day, and it's supposed to rain all day, and then Friday was going to be miserable. Doesn't seem to make sense. Seems to make more sense. It's coming down, then checking the forecast for farther north and see if there's someplace that we can overnight farther north. Not sure how far down in there the trailhead actually is. Are we down yet? Sky's looking pretty gloomy, but looks like we've beaten the rain. Should be down. Oh, wait a minute, what was that? We should be down within a matter of minutes. Nope, I was wrong. As soon as I said that, we've got rain. Well, I think I'll wait a little bit before I put on my jacket. It's not coming down real hard. I feel like we should be at the trailhead, but I think it's coming down thick enough, and we've got another 15 minutes before we reach the cars. I think it makes sense for me to break out my rain jacket. And then I'll put a trash can outside. As I said before, I've got a double system trash liner inside, and I'll put another trash bag on the outside. We got to be close. It's not too bad, but I figure if we're going to go overnight somewhere, I just want to cover up. So we're not dealing with a wet pack the rest of the week. Plus we've got that hike to the car. It's going to be wide open. We're not getting hit too much because of the trees.
Let me check the trailhead. It's right here.
Okay. I mean, it's not too far.
Yeah, it's right here.
You think it's right there? I mean, it looks like it's right there, but I don't know.
I just checked.
You did? Oh, yeah, I guess I could have done that. Okay, well, Roger just checked and the trailhead is right there, so I was right. But if we're going to continue backpacking this week, I don't want to deal with a wet pack, so I guess I'm being overcautious. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, snow. Now, yeah. Interesting. I'm not actually worried about getting too wet on this section because we're covered in trees. But we've got that 10-minute walk from the trailhead to the car. It's completely open. Huh. And I guess this is the trailhead, because there's the wilderness sign. John Muir Wilderness 2025. Okay. Picnic tables. We're getting close, and there's Roger up ahead. Oh, this must be one of the campsites. It's actually a nice campsite. I mean, it's at a crossroads, so I guess it's pretty busy, but it's kind of nice. So this is Montbell rain gear that I picked up to replace my marmot. I pulled out my marmot to use this season, and it was completely shredded. I mean, the whole thing was just for no reason. It's been stored away all winter. No reason for it to be all torn apart like that, but it was. So when we were in Japan, I didn't realize it at the time, but Montbell's a Japanese brand, and they had a store right around the corner from our hotel. So I picked this up for an incredibly good deal, and I'm happy to use it. My my puffy jacket is also Montbell. So I guess that's the end of day 5, and a great 5 days in the Humphreys Basin. It was quite the, well, I wouldn't call it a week, but it was quite the 5 days. Really enjoyed it. The fishing wasn't as good as we'd hoped. I think you got into a 14-inch fish? Yeah, so Roger got into a 14-inch fish. I didn't really get into anything too memorable. I guess the most memorable fish is the one that I picked up underneath that rock that I didn't get a picture of. It was a great adventure. It's always great to visit new places, and always fun to have Roger with me. If you've watched the entire series, thank you. If you've watched the end of this episode, thank you as well. I really do appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you for coming along.
The hills are calling, where the lakes are my home. Leave the stress behind, find peace in my mind. With the still water flowing, lines I'm throwing. Loneliness is not here, there is life everywhere.